Well, hello there, and welcome back to Freeform Disney. So today we have the Marvel launch event that they're doing. So I don't know exactly how long it is. I don't think I've heard anywhere, but I'm guessing it's going to be about an hour long, and so we'll be watching that. There's a link down in the description to Marvel's YouTube page where they've got their live stream going. I think there's at least a good couple thousand people waiting on that over there. Myself being one of them at this point. So, yeah. And let's see. So, I know that we've, from the images there on the actual launch event page, it looks like we've got at least 4 of the different actors who will be there. So, not sure exactly if that's just those 4. Maybe we'll have some others pop up too. But yeah, it looks like it should be at least end up being some fun. So there's the hope, right? There is the hope. Okay. I'm not sure how much this interests anybody, but it seemed like an interesting, cool thing that's going to happen. Like, you know what, I'll just pop up and go do this myself too. So if anybody else is interested like I am, yeah, hopefully, be interesting to come see this along with me. So, dang, we have waited some time for the MCU. Not as much time for WandaVision, actually. Heck, WandaVision originally, way, way back when WandaVision was first talked about, it was going to actually be in 2021. And they were listing it, I think, did they list it as spring on the thing way back? I think they did. I think it was spring of 2021. And then they ended up, and that was when it was launched at and noted at Comic-Con, I think. And so they said that it would be 2021 at that time. Then later they actually moved it on up. So it would be December of 2020. So it would be one of the 4 different projects coming out in 2020. Well, of course, none of that ended up happening. Nothing came out in 2020. And no, I know Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. technically came out in 2020, but whether we really want to count that as MCU is a completely different matter. But anyway, so then everything gets backed up, and WandaVision, originally was maybe holding to the December. I really think it's Soul that bumped it out of its spot there, getting that nice Christmas Day release that was probably going to WandaVision otherwise. And then, here we go, we're a couple weeks into January, and we're about to go get some WandaVision going. But yeah, so it's now the 1st. Man, I don't know how all that works, but hey, it's at least nice that all that's able to come together and WandaVision's able to shift around. So at least they got some flexibility amongst those first couple movies and first couple shows that are going on as far as how things interact and coordinate with each other. So I ended up seeing one of my earliest videos on the channel. Way back, I think it was the 2nd week I even was doing videos. I did a video about looking forward to the first part of Phase 4. Essentially everything coming out in 2020. Or at least what we thought was coming out in 2020. So I talked about the 2 movies and the 2 shows. And, well, I went ahead and also ranked them. I said, hey, here's what I was most interested in. And WandaVision was what I was most interested in then. Now, if we're going to talk about 2021 as a whole, I'm going to have to think about it a little more because there are a lot of things coming out here in 2021. It ain't just 4 things coming out. I mean, well, assuming nothing gets bumped, of course. Although at this point, my guess is any movies will probably get simultaneously put out on Disney Plus and theaters if they're worried about it. I'm not thinking they're going to bump them any further from here. But if so, then we've got, 4 movies coming out. And then we've also got 4 or 5 shows. It's like, wow. There are only 4 projects originally for last year, and now we're looking at like 8 or 9 projects. Although, I mean, depending on how you count the What If show, being that it's not actually part of our real MCU that's going to affect things, so I guess you could count it as just 8. So yeah, no, there's a lot going on. And so yeah, we've got this. I can see the countdown over here on YouTube's page. We've got 8.5 minutes, it looks like, until it goes ahead and starts on up. So I decided to pop in here a few minutes early. So definitely I am. I understand other people are waiting a little bit on that too, so don't worry about that. If you pop in late, perfectly fine. I'll also tell you, I'll probably give a reminder on this here a little bit later. But once their live stream actually gets going, I'm going to go ahead and put a timer up over my head right up here. And so that way, if you pop in and you're watching this after the fact and you want to sync up my video with theirs, hopefully that'll go ahead and give you the ability to go do so. So yeah, I'm assuming they won't change it after the fact and that they'll leave it up. If not, well, that changes all kinds of things. But hopefully it's all straightforward and simple and no worries on that kind of front. Okay. So anybody who's here got anything you want to say on WandaVision? Anything you're really hoping to see? Maybe something else about Phase 4? I know I haven't done a lot of Marvel content, so I mean, I did a little Marvel content early on the channel. I mean, I did the piece about looking forward to Phase 4. I also did a cool history of Wakanda video. I really enjoyed making it. They didn't do all the... Nobody viewed them that much as far as part of the breadth of the channel, as far as all the different things that are in there. And so I had a lot of other videos that certainly did better, but I didn't seem to have a connection with a whole lot of people who were big MCU fans at the time. And in fairness, well, the MCU wasn't doing much in 2020. And so then I didn't end up doing much else Marvel throughout the rest of 2020. I was expecting to do a lot because, heck, multiple movies, shows, I was so expecting. And so it's taken a while. And now, hey, we're back. So I certainly have some more Marvel videos that'll be coming out. And, man, I'll be revisiting some of the older movies and stuff at some point. But not yet, I haven't. Let me also say, I know there's a WandaVision comic. Now, in case you're somebody who's read it, I have not. So I don't know any of the myriad of spoilers from having actually read the WandaVision comic. Nor do I want to know it to that degree. And I'm sure whatever they do here in the MCU, they are going to riff on it and find their own spin on it, etc. Which, from everything I've heard about any of the other comics, they've done a really good job. And yes, by the way, in case there's a question on that, I have not read Marvel Comics. Never was a big thing for me. So, I don't have all of that background and that entry into Marvel. My bigger entry into Marvel, well, as far as Avengers and such are concerned, is the MCU. Obviously, if we're talking X-Men, I have a bit further back, or Spider-Man, but yeah, most of these characters, I know them from the MCU. I don't know them from the comics or anything else, just because I was never a big comics person. It's a big book person, a big novel person. I think I've actually read an X-Men novel or two, at least, somewhere in there. But yeah, I don't think I've read any other Marvel novels other than X-Men, though. But anyway, let's see, what are we up to? We're under 5 minutes from the event going live. And that's going to be good. So, who are we most looking forward to hearing from? I have no idea. Oh, hey. Now that we hit about 4.5 minutes, we've actually got some music and a nice, launch screen going on there. It's like, I think I remember hearing that, yeah, they've got the ability to do some actual pieces on that. Where you didn't used to be able to make something special, but up in the last few minutes, now you can customize it. Although, I thought the last I heard YouTube was that it wasn't necessarily whatever you wanted to put up there, but a specific set of things. But hey, if I can do that before my live streams, I should look into that. Because maybe I can actually do something cool like that in the last few minutes before it actually pops over live to me. Something to look into, right? Well, anyway, I'm definitely hoping there's lots of people out here on my channel or other people who are interested in Marvel like I am as well. Because I said, I love sharing it with all of you, and I love being able to talk about it with all of you. So, Just like I have with Star Wars, what I have with the Disney animated movies, as I have with the theme parks, and also Pixar to a degree. I have not done a lot of Pixar yet, but I do love getting to talk about all those with you. So, yep, indeed. What do we got? 3 minutes. This is, I don't know if anybody's seen this here. I'm going to pop this up over, let's say, we'll pop it up over here like this. Yeah, let's do this. That's a cool image. So this is what we're seeing right now, and you can even see behind me. Hey, there's the amount of time we got remaining. Got to pull out of that screen a little bit to get there, though. But anyway, this is a fun set of images on the two, although it's actually spread off to the side a little bit further. I mean, if I were to actually put it up, say, here, there you go. There you can see the full thing. Now, I'm not going to play it like this back behind me the whole time, just in case YouTube might have a problem with me doing that. But I'm not worried about putting this image up here just for a moment. So, hey, these are cool images with the two of them split by this. And so far, the early news I've heard has been really positive. But then early reports tend to be pretty positive on a show like this. So we'll see what the end reports are while it comes out. And really, far more importantly, I'm watching it any which way. So what I end up thinking about it. Or rather, what Natalia, my wife, and I end up thinking about it. So, yeah. But I've heard all kinds of intriguing things, like they really, really are going that sitcom route and kind of the older black and white sitcom style, which, in honesty, other than probably having seen a few clips on YouTube, I've never seen an episode of some of those old black and white sitcoms. So no I Love Lucy or any of the others. But I certainly have seen a clip or two of some of those up on YouTube, though. But, yeah. So I don't have that background when it comes to WandaVision, so I guess it'll be more fresh, except for the fact that some of those tropes from there have influenced modern sitcoms. Interesting stuff. Back to, I guess, what Kevin Feige was saying in an interview recently about how much just trying to keep everything really unique. You ever do anything new as a movie or a show, you want it to be unique and different from the other things. And so that's part of why they're really committing to the sitcom format here. Although, in classic fashion, it's not the only thing going on. Got a lot more than just a Marvel sitcom. Because, hey, although to be honest, wouldn't it be cool if it was just that? Not this one here for WandaVision specifically, but what if we just had like a normal family, complete nobodies that we don't know, and we actually went ahead and did that as a sitcom set in the Marvel universe? Maybe we started out and then after the season 1 cliffhanger is that the snap happens. That could be fun. Okay, I'm going to shrink this down. Probably show it over there. Shove it there for a second. Ah, that's cool. Got the anvil going. I think I clicked that a little seconds too late. But love the hammer and the anvil. So we got a nice little sizzle reel here. Too much video probably there. That's probably going to get me in trouble. Flip that off. Flip it back on when they're talking. It's a nice sizzle reel. They even showed Monica Rambeau over there for a quick moment, which, of course, for WandaVision is heavily relevant. By the way, Age of Ultron, I have a hard time going back and seeing that last little clip without thinking that Wanda looks so odd in that last moment there. Hey, it's just like this over pasty white or something. Oh, jeez, that's fun. There, I can show a bit of that now. So that's about where we are right now. So you can sync that in case you don't have it there. But again, I have the timer up ahead that so you can hopefully sync it to that way. Well, I'm assuming two of those other guests based on the images there. Heck, I put them even in the description too. Not as surprised as a Kevin Feige, I suppose, too. That is a cool hat. Love that. Here, I'm just gonna pop that over here, but for a second, look at that hat. That's really cool, by the way. Oh, who can't love that the MCU's back? Dang, it has been so bloody long. It's been a year and a half, a little over that, because it was early July right there. The big fan he is, I believe him. I mean, I wouldn't, you don't always believe that about studio heads necessarily, but certainly there. Dang. But dang, again, I mean, biggest Marvel geek, right? In only the best use of that term right there. Could grab some water. There you go. Wild magical love. uh, cool. How can't you, right? Oh, how happy are we to see him again? What kind of a reaction did he have as the person playing Vision Oh god, that's got to be fun to go ahead and get that news. Indeed. Yeah, yeah. Hey, I shipped that couple. I'm sure, I mean, especially after WandaVision, oh, we'll get a much better feeling for it. uh, Dang, some of those costumes, always impressive. But part of the fun of always looking at, Comic Con or seeing cosplays posted online. Beautiful stuff. The other two images that we've got over on the front thing, so who we expected, I'm sure. Yep. Fun to have this whole cast. That's it. Oh, I'm looking so forward to this, and heck, what we're up to less than 15 hours. Nah, she is a ball of energy right there. I don't think I know her from anything. Do I? It's like I don't think I do. But sounds like it'll be fun. Interesting. Each decade. Dot dot dot. So the sitcom will go through a few different decades, maybe. Oh, we've gotten to see so little of them, really, but oh, yeah, it's been so meaningful too. Every bit. Here, just in case you want to see it here. Oh, and I'm off by a moment, and I was trying to get all of them. There we go. So you can see all of them there if you're wanting to see them. Just for a second. That is weird. My YouTube is showing just a little nice curvy bar, but I don't think it has anything to do with my internet because I'm streaming just fine still. So this is unfortunate. Yeah. Huh. Okay, okay. Okay, and I'm seeing over in the chat here, it's apparently frozen up for everybody over here. So at least it's not just me somehow on my end, but apparently the whole thing's frozen up. I guess we should just let it go. Dang. Okay, well, so we have a random gap. Oh, hey, well, hello there, Obi-Wan. Yeah, no, apparently, yeah, I popped it out just to go look at the chat on there, too, just to be sure. It's like, yeah, no. It's certainly not just us on this one. That is pretty much everyone on this. Uh, it's certainly not the number of people watching. I mean, what, there were 12,000? So, I mean, YouTube can handle a lot more than that. Weird. I mean, they weren't actually live streaming it, I don't imagine. At least I wouldn't think so. I would have thought they would have just already had it up as a video and probably be doing a live premiere, right? Or, huh. It's like it's one of those, it shouldn't actually have that kind of a problem if it's already up as a video on YouTube. And certainly not so many people that would stop it. So, huh. Go figure. That's why you go, huh, when it's pre-recorded. How odd. Well, I don't know when this is going to be fixed, so who knows? But hey, here we go, and we're enjoying a nice frozen screen with four of our actors from WandaVision, and in the middle of laughing. So I mean, if you got a freeze frame, it's not the worst freeze frame to be stuck on. I've certainly seen worse freeze frames that people have been stuck on. When you just like pause a show or a movie, it can get really weird. So yeah, this is just to build the anticipation for the rest of the live stream here. uh, oh, hey, we do have Marvel putting a little standby technical difficulty over in the chat. You know, we'll be back shortly. So are they actually live streaming? I mean, they're not currently like actively filming it, but that makes me assume they're live streaming it rather than having pre-recorded it, put it up, and then let it actually launch as a live premiere. Go figure. I guess that way it can go ahead and show as being a stream rather than a premiere, but if they hadn't done that, this wouldn't have happened right here. Hey, what can you do? Yeah. Wonder why. Yeah, why do a... I guess maybe that way they can make it feel more like a stream because it'll be announced to everybody as a stream rather than as a premiere. Or maybe there's some kind of issue with leaking it otherwise. Although there shouldn't be anything I'd worry too much about leaking in this. But I don't know. Anyway. Regardless, well, that decision certainly has its drawbacks, as we can see. Dang. Not to mention, I think the video quality took a bit of a hit, although it could just be how each of them are recorded. That one I've been wondering about as we've been going through. Hard to tell. And I don't know if anybody else has been noticing it, but especially on Paul Bettany's side, his camera, I'm sure it's the webcam thing because it doesn't look like it's probably green screen. I don't think, although it could be a green screen as to what's going on. But dang, his face will just fade out on occasion right there. I guess it's fitting, for vision, right? So it's just phasing through. Yeah, interesting stuff. So, who's watching it at midnight, huh? I mean, at least that'll be on Disney Plus, which hopefully won't have any problems. But to be honest, I'm going to make a bet that we're going to have a problem trying to watch it at midnight when people are popping in there. Because Disney Plus has had a problem twice. Twice that I've seen. Well, hello there, Dominic. Oh, well, someone gets a reprimand over this. Luckily, it's not the biggest thing. Dang, they've already lost like 2/3 of the people that were actually watching the stream by this point, too. I mean, it's down under 5,000 people watching at this point. It's like, yeah, ow. You know what's actually funny? I don't know why, but as this has been going on, I've watched the number of viewers just because it's up over in a little corner here, but the number of viewers actually for our live stream here watching theirs has actually gone up as they've been having their troubles. So, hello there to anybody who's popped in now. Oh, hey, we just had a change of the image. So rather than having the frozen image, we're up to that now. Maybe that's a plus, I don't know. And we're back. I don't know whether I should click the live or... Yeah, I'm going to click live, so we're going to go back to that. I'll tell you, this timer is going to be completely off up above me, though, probably, right? Although it was a live stream, so actually it might be right. And I'll pop this back up in full. And turn it off down there. Oh, side note. So what I was saying there, I'll wait till she's done. I was saying tonight, I'm guessing we're going to have a hard time getting in because the number of people that have been viewing the actual trailers for WandaVision and whatnot made a lot of people predict that this is going to be even a bigger thing up on Disney Plus than The Mandalorian was, and that's pretty impressive. At Disney Plus, I've seen jam up twice. The Mandalorian finale, it jammed up on that. We had a hard time getting in there at midnight. And then Soul also, it jammed up on that. So I'm guessing WandaVision's going to jam up here tonight, and we're going to have a bit of issue of reloading Disney Plus or just waiting to go and get into it. Hey, we do have a couple other people in here. I was wondering if we'd have some other people in. I mean, I knew Darcy was in here. I didn't know Brenda Park was back in here, though. Sorry, Woo. That's the character. So cool to have Darcy in here and actually hopefully getting a little more justice as a character, shall we say. Speaking of another character that we really get to see a bit more. Ah, well, hello there, Bobber. So this is cool to see a couple of these people in here. I mean, it's such a great opportunity to see some of our other more minor characters in. It's going to be great. Oh, okay. Well, Bobber, you completed the quote there for me. Indeed. I suppose I could greet people that way too. It's always great when I love the actors who are such fans of the very thing they're working on, right? Whether we're talking Star Wars and you're huge fans working there, or Marvel here in the MCU, and people are such big fans of that involved. It's gonna be fun having them in as well. Oh, good. Me too. Me very much too. Nice. Just have Tom Hiddleston in there. Nice. uh, uh, Tom always so on point. So we're having fun bringing them in here, right? Oh, the Forest World tour. That was a ton of fun right there. I said I loved going through that and getting to talk about it. And, oh man, if we had a park like that. Dang. I mean, Disney World has space for a fifth park if they want to build one. Dang. Could you imagine though? Mm. Okay, so if we've seen these two, can we expect who the third one is? Just saying. Oh, say Anthony Mackie's co-star? Oh, or not. Just guessing a Sebastian Stan. I missed my guess. Oh, you're also designing a Star Wars theme park. Oh, very cool. Well, go ahead and do you have somewhere you're actually putting images up or anything? Or and I love seeing designs for things like that. I mean, it's a ton of fun. So I guess I'll put images on others. So there's an image on Benedict too. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. Speaking about Bobber, sorry, not that, since I could be referencing two different things, right? But yeah, no, that'll be cool. Yeah, if you get a nice video up there of that. I'm curious to see what ideas you've got, what kind of design. I've got my thoughts, for potential Marvel Park. I've debated working that out to go ahead and talk about it sometime, but rather than just a land. Oh, but we're gonna theorize anyway. Come on now. Also gonna be there for the ride. But that's part of the fun of it coming out weekly is going, hey, what the heck's gonna happen next? What about next? Yes, we need a Marvel theme park. I mean, come on, Disney World. We could add a whole Marvel park, and then we'll also add a whole Star Wars park. Not to mention, part of Disney's problem has been that they lose to Universal in not having enough coasters or thrill rides, or not being aiming enough toward an older audience. Sometimes, at least that's the general argumentation between Disney and Universal. You know those couple parks, you certainly could. Just my 2 cents. Oh, interesting. Have Dagobah as a kid zone? Interesting. I mean, that fits with Yoda and the Younglings, right? Yeah, I admit I thought they were going to go an hour on this launch event, so just half an hour. Interesting. Roughly. And there we go. Ah, there's what finishes out the half hour. Is it, one last little tease right here. Ah, this will be intriguing. Oh, you just expect tragedy at the end of the show, though. I mean, hard not to be tragic at the end, right? Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait. I mean, we're talking just over 12 hours, just over 14, I guess, but Jedi School on Dagobah. Nice. No, that definitely sounds cool. I like that as an idea. It's a nice way to fit that in. The It's like the only other spot that makes sense. I mean, you could go ahead and have Naboo have a different side of it right there. Use the Gungans to go ahead and go that direction, I suppose, too. I mean, they'd fit for that anyway. Okay. Okay, okay. So there was our live stream right there. Ah, man, definitely looking forward to it. So, coming up tonight. Hey, question for all of you out there who happen to be watching for the moment. So, I was debating whether I should do a live stream tomorrow for it. Now, I'm not going to do one at midnight. As I said, I'll be watching with Natalia, and so there won't be a midnight live stream for our first watching. So, it wouldn't be the first time I see it. But I could go ahead and kind of what I was doing for Mandalorian as well. I can go ahead and do a viewing later in the day. So I'll have seen it. I'll actually probably get a video out really quickly out there. But yeah, I could also go ahead and watch it again with all of you, and I think that would be fun, but I don't know how much everybody else is interested in doing that once it gets to, say, the middle of the day, say noon Pacific, or say in the afternoon or evening, something like that. So, if anybody's got an opinion, feel free to shove it over into the chat there. Let me know what you think. Meanwhile, Bobby said, "Oh, Palpatine Unlimited Power Pizza." Nice. Yeah, that reminds me. I think did they just call it Palpatine's Pizza, or was it like Palpatino's Pizza, or something like that over in Force World? But yeah, Palpatine just fits too well for pizza. Later in the day for the stream, yeah, yeah. Because as I said, midnight. I said I'll be watching it at midnight. I said I'll be watching with Natalia at midnight, and then I'll shove out a video on that. And yeah, I said I'll probably put together a live stream, set that up, and we'll go ahead and do that later. So that'll be, as I said, hopefully it'll be tons of fun. We'll have some people join in for that live stream, and we'll get to talk about it afterward too. So there's hoping. There is hoping. And hey, someday, maybe we'll actually be able to do some of these big shows together, at the same time. But that's a different matter entirely. As I said, Natalia's not one who wants to jump onto the live stream, and I also don't want to go ahead and watch it ahead of her. I mean, heck, we've taken the whole trip through the MCU together, so just saying. But yeah, indeed. Okay. So anybody else got anything else you want to jump into the chat and talk about? Go ahead and do so now. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and probably ending the live stream soon. Oh, I should kill the timer over my head. I always leave those going, even though it's already done and there's no reason for it to keep running, right? Oh, okay, let's see what else. Oh, you're talking more about that. Nice. A sales. I was gonna say a sales clerk light show. That would be the most bizarre thing ever, right there. Sarlacc light show. I am trying to picture that, and I don't quite have it right now. So how do we get a light show out of the Sarlacc? Yeah, you've got to help me on that one. I'm trying to picture it. I'm going, okay, so we got the Sarlacc out here in the middle of the desert, and a light show. I mean, a firefight maybe or something. I don't know. Or maybe it's a different Sarlacc pit. I mean, doesn't have to be that Sarlacc specifically, because there are multiple actually on. Well, listen, Legends there were multiple. I assume there's still multiple as far as canon, but I don't know if they've even talked about it. Put lights in the tongues and it wiggles around. Oh, okay, cool. So you just get like viewing up and around. Is it going to be like a 360-degree viewing, so you can actually get up and around anywhere on it, or is it more, from one arc and then you've got the stage up here on the side? At any rate, fun stuff. Jabba parade. All kinds of goodies going on right there. Nice. Very cool, very cool. Now that sounds like fun. I hope you get that video up sometime, to go ahead and talk about your Star Wars land. Or Star Wars Park, rather. So, now that sounds like, you've got some good ideas, and sounds like it'll be fun to hear what they are. So, yeah. Very nice. Okay. Well, let's see. I think it sounds like it's about time to go ahead and end the stream here for today. I will go ahead and catch you all, well, tomorrow, really. Tomorrow, and whether it's the first video I put out or whether it's the live stream tomorrow for the actual WandaVision that I'll do a later viewing of. So, any which way. So until then, I will go ahead and say my usual, which is have a magical day, and may the Force be with you.